Coming to you live from the gravesite of Abraham Lincoln, where he is literally rolling over, comes Scenic Universe, episode 001. Hello, welcome to the first episode. I am Tyson Torrance, and sitting across from me is Mr. Alexander Beacon.
Want to give a nice cheers to everybody out there? Hope you're drinking something.
We're enjoying a gin and tonic, which is pretty good after 4th of July.
Favorite time of year?
One of my favorite times of the year, yeah, definitely. Did you?
How is it not your absolute favorite time of year?
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, I think maybe President's Day or Flag Day.
Flag Day
might surpass
Can't forget
it.
your Flag Day.
I mean, why don't we just have like a straight up Patriot Day or something like that? There's like we're just like sidestepping around it. We could just come out and say like America Day. Like, I mean, I guess July 4th is as
actually
close
America Day
as we could get to it, but. I don't know. I think we could use like a everything American Day where we just do everything that's American. Like,
see, but that would limit us a lot because we'd have to have things that were only made in America. That singles out like most of the shit that we would normally consume on the 4th of July.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
well, day after July 5th is
2 days before the day after.
Do everything that Americans
Day before
do,
tomorrow.
which we do anyways because we're in America. So how could we not? Anyways,
Special shout out to China for all of the shit that we enjoy all the time.
the cheap stuff that we enjoy.
This is a good time to bring up the fact that fireworks were a Chinese invention.
Yes, we love to appropriate here, and that's definitely one of the best examples of it I can think of for sure.
Yeah.
I love how they put fireworks at everything now, like baseball games, concerts, everywhere.
How many baseball games have you been at where the baseball game was better than the fireworks show? Not that many.
No, like straight up, I went to a baseball game about a month ago, and it was Star Wars night or something like that, and they were supposed to do like a themed Star Wars fireworks show, and they had to cancel it, and everyone was bummed, and they announced it at like the 7th inning. They're like, we're not gonna do that.
Our way on out of here.
Yeah, and you could see like everyone is like, okay, we're done. Like half the stadium was gone, before the next inning started.
Yeah, all the lightsabers disappear.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had not heard of Star Wars fireworks. It probably would have been there.
I think it would have been awesome. Like,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Emperor's march with some fireworks going off. I mean,
dude,
can't go wrong with that.
John Williams would be proud.
Well, so they said that the fireworks would be rescheduled for a different night. So I just wonder if some like random night had some Star Wars fireworks show, and everyone was like, "What was that about? Why was it?"
Or they just use one Star Wars firework at all subsequent shows. There's extra Darth Vader in there.
Something like that, yeah.
Could you make a Darth Vader firework? Just big Darth Vader head.
Like Death Star. That's the biggest firework in the...
Oh, there you go. That was obvious. Why didn't I think of that one?
So, they do a big firework show where we're at, which is undisclosed area, but
they were supposed Area 52, definitely not that one.
They were supposed to do one last night, and it was supposed to start at 9. but they canceled it. I'm assuming, I wasn't there, but due to winds, because it was really windy. But for some reason, they just decided to do it like an hour later. So at like 10:30 at night, they were setting off fireworks, and it was really loud here. Like I could hear it. And
Was that at the undisclosed park down
yes,
the road?
at the big park that they always do it at every year, the undisclosed one. And yeah, I thought it was kind of shitty, like to do, because it's already hard enough to deal with neighbors lighting them off until like 3 a.m.
They're like, oh, look at this industrial grade firework.
Yeah, even 9 o'clock. You know, I mean, I get it because the sun doesn't set until then, but it's pretty late.
10
you know,
PM, yeah.
Especially since my neighbors were lighting them off as soon as it got dark. So you know, and even a little bit before that, obviously. So
that was the epilogue, or no, I'm sorry, the what's the first part?
The preface, the prologue.
Prologue. There you go.
Right, exactly. It was the pregame, is the real word. But anyways,
that's the American word.
Yeah, I think we're gonna talk about July 4th a little bit more later. So
yep,
let's go into the first topic of today.
So here at Scenic Universe, we decided that we really need to focus on facts because there's basically a war on the truth out there right now. So one of the ways that we're going to combat factlessness is by talking about news stories from last week.
Yeah, it's super important because, as you know, it tends to get buried in our news cycle nowadays. So anything that was hot last week is cold leftover meat by the next day.
I know several people that refuse to eat leftovers.
Yeah, exactly. And so no one wants to talk about it anymore, and there's very few stories that have traction that last longer than a couple of days. Guaranteed, whatever is hot today, there's going to be some other hot button issue to talk about tomorrow. So yeah, we wanted to talk about last week, and by the time you listen to this, I'm not really sure when this actually will be, so this might be 2 or 3 weeks old for you guys, but even better, because some of these things deserve to be talked about even past a week or 2 weeks. So Mr. Beacon has got Mr. Beacon has got some stories up here, and what do you got? What do you got from last week?
Alrighty, so our first headline coming straight out of Utah Public Radio, because we're going to use reputable sources here. Says Utah Senator Mike Lee proposed as possible U.S. Supreme Court pick. Judging by the fact that I've never heard about that dude, he probably sucked anyway.
Yeah, so one of the big news last week is the resignation of one of the Supreme Court judges. And yeah, it's a pretty big topic. This happened during Obama's era because that dude straight up died. So he resignated in the most official way. And pretty much, you know, there was a big debate over that. Being blocked and not allowing it to happen until the next election and all that. And yeah, there's a huge debate going on about what should happen, who should be elected. It's a really big issue, right?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know, the orange guy said it himself. This person that could be appointed would be here for 45 years. That's assuming that we have 45 years to go.
Yeah, what's the... I'm not going to even ask who the oldest is. What's the youngest person in the...
Oh, right now, I'm pretty sure we could find...
Yeah, that's true.
Double check real quick.
Well, he's going to look at that. I'm going to talk about Utah for a minute.
I have several friends in Utah that I adore. But I'm going to let you continue.
No, it's cool. So I've done the drive through Utah a couple times recently, and I just wanted to actually shout out Moab, because that place is awesome. I know it's pretty touristy.
Moab's super beautiful.
But it was probably the most enjoyable part of the very long drive from one state to the other, and very much enjoyed that. If you haven't ever been, there's a lot of cool hiking, there's a lot of trails, there's the Arches National Park there, so you can drive through some giant rock arches, which may or may not be enjoyable to you, but very, very pretty. And I would say, yeah, take the scenic route and head through Moab if you ever get a chance.
So one place I've never been in Utah, but I've always wanted to go is called Upheaval Dome. And it's, I guess, to the west of Moab. If you can look it up on your favorite search engine, it's this impact crater from an asteroid or meteorite, large meteorite, that impacted the area so violently that when the magma came out of the crust, it froze in its popping. It's like a bubble popping, and then it kind of froze that way.
Wow.
And there's all kinds of colors and like different minerals and elements there. It's a very unique formation. So,
well, there we go. That's where our first live field recording will be from.
Upheaval Dome. That's actually where we're at, right?
Yeah, we're in the middle of it.
Okay, so it looks like current youngest SCOTUS is John Roberts at the ripe age of 63.
Yeah, that's not young. Is there like I'm not gonna ask you too many fact-finding things here, but is there like an age? Like, do you have to be like in your 60s to get in there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's just most people don't have like a lot of the credentials until older in their life to really like contend for it. I think that's usually how it boils down, but I'm not really sure.
There's a really long Wikipedia article.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so I feel like we should describe the fact that, yes, Wikipedia can be manipulated, but if you're going to be manipulated by a Wikipedia article, you're probably dumb anyway.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that for a minute because there's a lot, we did talk about there's a war on facts right now, and there's a lot of debate over what's credible or not. And for me, it's like not one source is going to be credible. You really have to do your due diligence and find, the truth. And you can start with stuff like Wikipedia and cross-reference it with as many sources as possible. It doesn't really matter where you start, but basically just cross-referencing and trying to find that stuff is really important. And I see a lot of people now will post, a link in rebuttal to an argument and say, well, check this out. And the, response to that link will be, oh, that site, that's just fake news. Oh, a CNN article, that's just fake news. Or, oh, Wikipedia article, oh, great job, dude. Like, can't you find some better source? And, that's kind of the stupid side to internet debate right now, is that people want so much out of you. I saw this debate going on under a meme. Yeah, a meme.
Favorite type of debate.
Yeah, and the dude was like, I'll wait for you. Give me, a source for this. Give me a source for that. Let me explain your argument this way, explain your argument that way. And who the fuck has time to do any of that, really? Like,
especially when the initial argument was something completely different, and then instead of answering or having any rebuttal for the argument, they just prop you with new questions. They're like, oh, well, you can't answer this, even though you probably can, and you can do a bunch of research and you come back and waste a bunch of your time, but I'm not going to give any sort of logical answer for why my previous argument was relevant.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just
distraction.
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? And I know you are, but what am I? It just keeps going on and on and on.
Oh yeah, the how Colbert was showing Hannity's what ifs, or what about?
Oh, the what about?
Yeah, what about Hillary?
Yeah, exactly.
What about Genghis Khan?
I'm gonna do some of those to you in this episode. Yeah, bro. What about Pepsi? Huh?
Please do.
You like 4th of July? What about Mexican Independence Day, bro? What about that? Why don't you talk about that a little bit? No, okay. Let's move on, because what's another news article that was popular last week? What's something we can sink our teeth into?
Well, while we were looking here and talking about facts, I wanted to see what the Supreme Court of the United States website actually showed as facts.
Okay.
And it takes 4 clicks to get to just the names of the justices.
So a lack of user experience design for the Supreme Court website.
Hey, hats off to not white old guys, because there are 3 white women and 1 black guy. So sweet. Out of 9.
Wonderful.
We got 4 of 9. Yep. Okay, so our second headline of the day comes from USA Today. You can decide how reputable that is for yourself. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wins an upset, and her supporters want the media to say her name.
Say her name, say her name.
When no one is around you, say, baby, I love you.
So this is a pretty interesting story. She beats out an incumbent, and the real story for me is that she beat big money, right? So what I have right here is it says that the Cortez campaign spent $194,000 to the Joseph Crowley? Yes, Joseph Crowley. His campaign spent $3.4 million to try and get reelected, right? So that's the big story.
Crowley.
And
okay, so wait, who's your source?
I don't want to say because it's also Wikipedia, but I'm sure that's correct. I don't know who Wikipedia is sourcing. You can hit some comments on our website later and tell me I'm wrong, but I'm just going to assume this is correct. I know that he had a lot of money and she did not, so you really can't deny that part of it. There is a quote here, though, I wanted to say. She has been quoted as saying, you can't really beat big money with more money. You have to beat them with a totally different game. Now, I think
that's ever lived in America?
Yeah.
That's like literally what we founded ourselves.
But it worked. It worked for her.
Yeah, hell yeah. Congratulations.
No, that's awesome.
Cheers
I think
to you.
What she got was the young people to vote for her, and that's the most important thing.
Okay, so that's really what this is about, though, right? What did I see? That stupid meme where it was like, you wouldn't let an old person come into the room and put on like some random old movie and then walk out 15 minutes later and expect you to watch the whole thing. So how is it that I'm pretty sure the average age of the Supreme Court justices is like 409. And our legislators in our legislatures, I'm sure they average up there as well. Yeah. And can you blame young people for the fact that politics is so boring? Like, we really do not care.
No, it's very convoluted. It's pretty much just like everything in America. Healthcare, taxes, politics. It's so convoluted right now that to actually be knowledgeable or even just lightly knowledgeable on the situation, you have to spend a lot of time, a lot of resources, and a lot of brain power. And to be truthful, our schools did a terrible job at trying to teach us it at all, really. I mean, we had 4 months, I don't know, 1 semester of school dedicated to American history, but that doesn't really even cover what we're doing right now. It's not the current political environment. So I don't know. I don't think that it needs to be 4 years of it, because that's in the realm of propaganda.
See, but why does it have to be years? Yeah. Why is it that, you're right, a person is only expected to learn about American history for 3 months when they were 16.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many other things that we should be learning, that the magical pocket calculator that connects to the internet in our pocket.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that, every article that you read now has to explain some convoluted system. Like, when Lord Voldemort got elected, there was
supposed to say his name.
There was 100 articles that all started out with, in case you didn't know how the electoral college works, here's how it works, and they had to explain it, right?
True. And
where are we at now? Where, it's just like every little detail has to be explained. Like, everything. When someone resigns from Trump's cabinet, they have to explain, this is what normally happens when someone resigns.
We don't really condone making excuses, because we're never going to apologize for anything, but definitely wasn't our fault. Blame the other guys, because I say so, literally with no evidence.
Okay, so what's your solution though? So you're saying that you know, we shouldn't just have to learn it for a couple months in high school. It's pretty boring and unengaging right now.
Right, and so boring hits it on the head. Like, drunk history has probably taught people more about history than any of those classes that people took back in the day. Like, I guarantee you more people learned about Edison after they saw the thing about him frying an elephant with electricity. Because, wow, did somebody actually fry an elephant with electricity? Like, that's the exciting part. There's so many gross, gory, bloody, gnarly, cool discoveries and events that happened in history, and our book is like, oh, yeah, so there are people who came to America. It was cool. And then they, like, had friends came over. Like, how is it that boring? Like, it's our fault for allowing entertainment to not be information.
Yes, very true. And I think you're hitting on a good point now, is that comedians give us more factual, like, insightful... Exactly. So, you know, and it's not uncommon that most people watch comedians, talk shows, pundits, whatever, to get their info, and that's where they're learning.
Right. Yeah, as much as I love Stephen Colbert, like, I use him as entertainment, but I'm sure other people solely only learn about things through what he says. And that's incorrect as well, even though he's a much better resource than somebody like Sean Hannity.
So I think what we need to do is reboot Schoolhouse Rock with The Rock.
Oh my god, that is genius. Schoolhouse The Rock?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, CGI, explosions, everything. Just imagine, like, you know.
Yeah. Conjunction, junction.
Like a Bill, like, on the, you know, front lines, like, gunning down all these people.
Just, like, superimpose the Bill from Schoolhouse Rock in that movie poster where he's, like, jumping from the helicopter to the building.
Exactly. So that's my solution. So
that would be a more believable poster because the paper would actually float over to the building.
Exactly.
See, we're fighting ignorance and
boredom.
Ignorance?
Yes, something like that. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well,
that's a great idea. I like the Schoolhouse The Rock.
Donate to our Patreon when it's up and running, and maybe we'll use that to.
Make that happen.
We'll use that to talk to The Rock about it. Because you're good friends with The Rock, right? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, we go way back.
Yeah, way back.
Almost as far back as me and China go back.
Oh, you mean China?
China. Okay, let's get back to our headlines here.
Yeah, let's get back to the headlines.
Okay, so our third headline here is going to come from Yanhua, which, if you don't know what Yanhua is, it is XINHUA. It's the state media company of China.
Wow. So
we have tariff conflict with China raises alarm in lobster industry in U.S. state. Not specifying which state.
Okay, well, you while you unbury that lead, let's talk about tariffs a little bit. Trade war, right? Yeah. Trump has been pretty outspoken about this, talking about how China has outsmarted us in every way in trade, and assuming that this has something to do with that. This is part 3 on his attack on China or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he even knows.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to give him the credit, the fact that this has been some grand scheme plan the whole time. But, so the state in question here is Oregon.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure any of the lobsters that are coming out of the Pacific Ocean have been irradiated from Fukushima in the first place, right? So, can we really blame China?
No.
But I think the point of me bringing up this article is because this is the state newspaper media organization of China, and they're talking to their people about Oregon.
Wow.
Like, not to claim your ignorance, but name one province in China.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we didn't have 3 months of China studies in high school.
Nope.
So, like, I think that's the problem is we're such disparate societies and we don't have the drive to learn about each other. Whereas we have the drive to profit off of each other's industry and resources and cheap plastic crap. But I don't know, you ask somebody in China where Texas is. I'm sure they probably have a better idea than where, Wuhan is.
Yeah. Completely. I mean, is that just because America's like, hey, look at me, check me out. What's up?
Yeah, touche for the entire media industry, making Hollywood the center of the universe.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
thanks.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, even if we're going to look at these places as competitors, we got to understand our enemies, really, right? Like,
well,
that's a classic.
Are they really enemies? Like,
No.
why?
No, obviously not. But.
Right. Like, but you hit it on the head. It's people thinking that they are an enemy. Like, we need to fight them. We need to battle versus who gets a better deal in all of this.
They're winning. We need to be winning. That's how it really comes down to, I want to win.
Blanket statement.
Yeah.
It's definitely comfort people.
Trump comes out. They're winning.
Is that why it's called a
I want to
blanket
win.
statement?
I mean, that actually sounds like something Trump would say. Like, they're winning. I want to win instead. Like,
why are we not winning?
Why are we not winning?
Perfectly
Yeah,
capable of winning.
I'm going to find that exact quote from him. It's probably there. And when I'll dig through his rallies, I'll put it on here later. But
just don't search Trump #winning because
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll never find it.
Oh, my eyes will be spinning because it's so much winning. But yeah, no. Anyways, so
but back to tariffs, because it really is the worst idea in the world to poke all of the animals at the zoo at the same time.
No, really, and it's like the friendly animals too.
Yeah,
It's like-
you're there with the penguins and you're taunting them. Like, do we really have to go to trade war with Canada?
Do you really want to see an angry penguin? Like, I don't know what that will equate to. I know, like, the koalas.
Yeah, I've heard they're actually surprisingly vicious.
Yeah, like,
sure.
they seem really peaceful when you're around them, but if you, taunt it, if you're going to poke it with a stick a bunch, it's probably going to get a little vicious on you. It's got claws. I know it has claws. So, I mean, that's essentially what we're doing. The other headline, Harley Davidson was going to start doing some production in Europe.
Oh, no, but you know that there's plenty of motorcycle manufacturers that are out there that are trying to come here and set up shop here because we don't have low wages and we don't charge high taxes and we definitely make it easy to do international business.
Right. No, I think that's hitting the nail on the head, is that we're making it harder for these companies to work here all the time. And they will claim that it will be regulations that's doing that. And yeah, that's part of it to some degree, but there's so many things that come into play with that. And putting these kind of tariffs on people is just making it that much harder. And I don't understand the game plan here. Is for me, from being a Democrat or independent or whatever you want to consider me, I can normally see the other side's, plan, what they're trying to do. That's usually like classic, Reaganomics or classic blah, blah, blah. But this doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't see the end goal. I don't see where this is going at all.
And that should be the problem that everybody has, is all you see are the actions. You don't see any of the end game because there's this twisted notion that, oh, we'll promise them a bunch of stuff, and then we'll never have the intention of following through on that. And then when they get mad, we'll just get madder. And then it'll all work out because people are crazy. Like, how does any of that make sense? Like,
it doesn't. No, this really just feels like Trump's trying to be the cool guy at school and putting down anybody else who's a threat to him, basically. Like, oh, Canada? Nah, you're not cool, dude. Like,
yeah, you're weak and lame.
I saw you making out with that girl over there, and she's not cool. So.
She's definitely had braces for way too long.
Yeah, we're way cooler than that. My parents are going to let us have a pool party later. We're going to have alcohol. It's going to be awesome, bro. Canada, you're not invited. Sorry.
Definitely not coming around, Canada.
No.
Hate you, Canada.
No.
I'm going to pants you at the next.
Well, we love Canada here at the podcast, so...
yeah.
Yeah.
Scenic Universe has enough space for Canada. If you guys ever want to host us, we'll be more than happy.
Please, and if we ever acquire some Canadian listeners, what's up?
We'll do our next show from Canada.
Yeah. Our next show, maybe. We'll see. All right, well, now it's time for the first edition of Distraction. Distraction. So
we'll have to get some cool audio effect for that.
Some sound cue other than me doing it. So how this is going to work this time, because I think it's going to change from week to week, but I went ahead and prepared a little audio treat, and and the listeners at home will be able to listen to a rendition of what Mr. Beacon is listening to here, so they can play along as well. And what we're going to do is I'm going to play some facts about Scott Pruitt, and we're also going to play a...
Do those exist?
Yes, they do.
There's actually fact. He's a real person, though. Like, I thought he was like some sort of mirage.
He started out as that, and then they found someone that was him, actually. So
ectoplasm.
Yes.
He was ectoplasm.
So I'm going to play some facts about Scott Pruitt, and is also going to be bombarded by a Trump rally. And the goal is to answer some multiple choice questions here later, and we'll see how many he gets right, and see how many that he cannot be distracted by the giant Cheeto.
So I'm doing these both at the same time?
Yeah, they're being played at the same time, and you're gonna have to listen very, very well, and you're gonna have to answer some questions.
Okay.
About Mr. Pruitt.
All right. I've had some coffee, so.
Okay. Yeah. Stretch your eyes, warm up your ears. Okay, here we go. So,
Mr. President, it has been an honor to serve you in the cabinet as the administrator of the EPA. Truly, your confidence in me has blessed me personally and enabled me to advance your agenda beyond what anyone anticipated at the beginning of your administration. The EPA Inspector General is probing Pruitt's travel practices. The review began following reports Pruitt would frequently travel home to Oklahoma on the taxpayer's dime. The IG twice expanded the probe, first as the agency acknowledged Pruitt used both a private plane and military jet to travel 4 times instead of flying commercial, at a price of $60,000, and again to include all of Pruitt's travel from 2017. Your courage, steadfastness and resolute commitment to get results for the American people, both with regard to improved environmental outcomes as well as historical regulatory reform.
And in the middle of the debate,
emails the Sierra Club obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request showed Sydney Hawk reached out to the CEO of Chick-fil-A about the possibility of Pruitt's wife becoming a franchise owner. Pruitt later said he and his wife love the fast food chain and praised it as a franchise.
Okay, we're back. Yes?
Yep.
Okay, so we're back. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, narrator on Windows has a better voice than Trump.
Yeah, I'm using Alex is the setting. That's who the robot is named.
Oh, good.
Yeah, is what the robot is named.
Yeah.
So are you ready to answer some questions? Did you retain any of the info?
I think I mentally blocked out everything that just happened. So.
You just went into like a little coma there for a minute.
Little K-hole there.
Okay. Okay, so
F-hole, the fact hole.
The first question. How much did Scott Pruitt's use of the private jet plane amount to for taxpayers?
Ooh. Yeah, I heard it in there. I mean, I know it's estimated at like $100,000, but I don't remember.
Is it A?
Oh, it was multiple choice? You didn't tell me it was multiple choice.
I think I did, but it's okay.
Shows how good my attention already is without a double helping of me.
Okay, so this is all of Scott Pruitt's travel from 2017, just to get it out there. Mm-hmm. And it's him using both a private plane and a military jet.
Nope. Is that like a jet? Like, are there weapons installed on this jet? Or like...
I think it's just like a term, for a small plane. But yeah, that would be awesome.
Because they could be writing these off as like PR stunts. Just be like, dude, the EPA is going to bomb the environment to death.
Yeah, we're gonna break the ice up faster by dropping some.
The ice cap will have shit on our bombs.
Right, exactly. Okay, so is it A, $80,000?
No.
B, $60,000?
I'm gonna say no.
C, $100,000?
Okay.
Or D, $1 million?
Damn it. Well, I wanted to go with my original answer, but $1 million sounds way more likely.
What's your final answer?
Yeah, let's go with C.
C is incorrect. The correct answer is B, $60,000.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Which is a lot of money.
Still a dick move.
That's 2 years of my life working at my previous job.
Dude, I've been on so many planes, I don't think altogether I've spent $60,000.
Yeah, our travel expenses combined does not even come close to that.
Dude.
No. Okay. Question number 2.
Dos. Which is number 2 in Spanish.
Yes. Now, obviously, I know you know about this, that Scott Pruitt's wife tried to get a franchise ownership of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I should have. Maybe that should have been the question.
What? Why are they talking about a fast food restaurant all of a sudden?
This one's going to be a little tough then, I think. So, the organization that outstood this information, is it A, the Friars Club? B,
like friars in a monastery or friars in the back?
One of the two. B, is it the Young Politics of America? Is it C, Politico? Or is it D, Sierra Club?
That sounds likely to be any of those. So I'm going to go D. Because I like Sierra Club.
D is correct, Sierra
nice.
Club.
Tip of the hat.
Yeah, so they obtained this information through the...
What? They hiking.
they
found some secret document.
They obtained it through a Freedom of Information Act.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so people out there, you guys need to start utilizing that more.
Yeah.
Because
they take years sometimes,
but yeah. Damn, we get some good information.
Do it. It's your right as a citizen.
Totally. Maybe that's okay. So yeah, we'll put up some Patreon goals for FOIA requests.
That would be good.
We could teach people how expensive that shit is.
It's not very difficult, but yes, sometimes it takes a long time.
Expensive in time.
Yes. Okay, here's another monetary question. How much money did the EPA spend to make a soundproof booth for phone calls for Scott Pruitt?
So this is multiple choice as well?
This is going to be multiple choice.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it A, $43,000? Is it B, $80,000? Is it C, $69,000? Or is it D, $78,000?
Nice. I like how you threw those in there to get me off, but I know it's 43. Which is still too much fucking money to spend on a goddamn phone booth.
That's correct. It's $43,000. And yes, that is a lot of money. Now, I did a little bit of research about this about a week ago. And
what's your source?
It's
Is it Wikipedia?
No, I think it was actually Rachel Maddow that I was watching this information on. And not a huge fan, but yeah, she did a good job on this. So basically, these phone booths are not uncommon to have in political situations. Right. The president has one. And
I definitely don't want China overhearing what our Space Force is going to be doing. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not very uncommon. However, it is uncommon for the EPA to have one. Although, as Rachel Maddow stated, they already had one.
Yeah, wasn't it downstairs?
Yeah, they already had one. He just wanted one in his office.
Couldn't walk the extra 8 feet for the one-off call that he would have.
So, if you ever want to know where your taxpayer money goes to, it goes to soundproof booths for phone calls.
Sweet.
Okay.
How do we know that it's not just like a zombie-proof room? Like, they're just super worried about the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, I don't know if you saw this movie called A Quiet Place, where they had to be quiet because the monster, if they heard them. maybe that's what they're afraid of. He saw that movie and he's like, well, this is a possibility. And
they won't hear anything.
Yeah, they create some soundproof booth for him so he could duck out in there if this actually happens. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he thought that was like a documentary.
Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense that it'd be like bulletproof glass, right?
Right. Okay, 2 more questions.
Okay.
And this is not multiple choice. How did Scott Pruitt end his letter? What is his tagline?
Oh, I even said it out loud.
You did say it, so let's see.
Damn it. I noticed that. What did he say? He said, "Thank you for allowing me to be your friend and best buddy." It's something like that.
Okay, the quote is, "Your faithful friend, Scott Pruitt." Okay, one more question. One more.
Snuck that one in.
This one has to do with Trump because I want to see if you could retain any of that knowledge.
Oh, from the other side? Yeah. I was supposed to be watching the video too at the same time.
I just want to see.
Yeah, watch me know this automatically.
Trump was talking about one of the organizations there that would go bankrupt if he stopped, giving them information, if he stopped having headlines. What news organization was he talking about?
I'm going to guess it's his war on CNN.
Times. Sorry.
Oh! Damn it. Wait, which Times?
The Times.
The Times?
The Times.
Like not Time?
Not High Times. Not any of the other times.
Yeah, news media organizations, you need to get your shit together on being unique, because goddamn it.
So, good job. You got...
Did I get any of those right?
2 of them correct. Yes, you got 2 of them correct. So, you get a consolation prize of nothing. Sorry.
Damn it.
Because I didn't bring
next time. Yeah, we will have to start
I
doing
have some
prizes.
B12 supplement here. You want one of those?
Nice. Is it like 18,000% of my daily?
Oh, yeah. It's way more. It's way more than you need. But they tell you to take one every day. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. Stuck it up.
Just to unpack that a little bit. So what Trump was talking about at that rally is Elizabeth Warren.
I don't know what the fuck
Elizabeth
he's
Warren
talking about at all.
He's talking about challenging Elizabeth Warren to do a DNA test to prove that she has Native American blood.
What was he saying about her being dirty? Like he was talking about like her being unclean or something. Like,
I don't know, probably something in there.
Where do you come up with this shit?
I think my favorite part of that, and maybe I'll just have to like play it back for you to listen just the rally part, but he says like, we're gonna get a DNA test and we're gonna throw it at her. He literally says like he's gonna throw it at her, and he's like, we're gonna toss it at her and hopefully it doesn't hurt her in her little arms or something like that. Like, you belittle her in so many different ways in that, 2-minute clip. And
but where's the civility?
Yeah, and then he says that he has to do it gently because it's the Me Too era, which I guess has something to do with testing DNA stuff. I don't know. I don't know what he was really trying to say there other than snowflakes. I guess I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, yeah, well, I figure it defaults there.
We're weak and gentle, and we need gentle DNA tests to be gently thrown at us. I don't know what he's really saying. People loved it at that rally. They were eating it up, so whatever.
Dude, he could probably be speaking in Farsi and they probably wouldn't get it, and they'd probably still be stoked.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like the mumble rappers of today, like Xanax, codeine, lean, and everyone's like, yeah, man, yeah.
Freedom,
I'm feeling that.
Liberty, MAGA,
blah, 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 China, blah, 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 Russia, blah, blah. It's like, if he hits the highlights, that's cool,
Ugh.
Lock her up.
It's like the greatest hits album, but not even the whole album, just like that shitty infomercial that plays the same thing over and over on loop for 4 hours. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Buy now, and you could have freedom from tyranny. In 9
low price of all of your liberty.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that was a good job. Good job, Mr. Beacon. I'm proud of you. So, we've reached the freeform section. And what's your favorite part of 4th of July?
I like shit blowing up.
Yeah.
It's cliche and it's been overdone, but things blowing up is never going to get old.
Yeah, it's basic human entertainment for sure. Yeah.
It's loud. It's bright.
You have a favorite firework?
Oh, well, if there's a Darth Vader firework, they're obviously
the scene where the Death Star explodes. That's your favorite?
Yeah, the Battle of Yavin.
Okay, yeah, that's legit. I'm gonna say my least favorite. Two least favorites. The snake. Those are probably the worst. And I'm gonna say sparklers is gonna be like.
So I used to be like on sparklers until I filmed it at 980 frames per second, and that was awesome.
Okay, sure. Yeah, well, can you post that on the website?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and include that clip because it looks great.
I mean, I like sparklers how they look, but let me tell you, burnt my thumb on it.
Oh,
pretty bad. 2 years ago. I had my sparkler lit, and homeboy comes over and says, "Hey, will you light mine with yours?"
Oh, good.
Never a good idea. So, trying to light his, and he's got his sparkler directly facing my thumb.
Oh.
And, I probably should have noticed it too, whatever. But I'm trying to light it, and it finally goes off, and then I have this, like, giant blister for like 3 weeks on my thumb. It was terrible.
Damn.
So I that's a little biased.
To, like 3-year-olds.
Yeah, no, they're super dangerous. Very, very dangerous. I think that's probably why it's my least favorite, just because it's the most likely to cause injury.
Interesting.
So I don't know. Smoke bombs are kind of lame too. So
yeah,
I don't even understand those really, like what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, we got colored smoke. Yeah, and it's dark.
It's dark outside. You can't really see.
They're daytime fireworks. That's what it is. We've been using them wrong all along. Okay, so those are your least favorite fireworks. What's your favorite part of the 4th?
This is a little tough for me, but I do like the grilling. I like the food that the people make, and I think like that part of it makes sense to me, like coming together and like sharing as a community and being around people you like and having fun and talking to each other. And it's probably the least commercialized. I get it. Like you still got to buy that food, but for me, there's always been a huge incentive of like
run up to it.
No, there's
kind of with fireworks, but
no, you buy that food. It's not like Thanksgiving where you have to have all these specific things, but there's always homemade potato salad. Always a lot of homemade stuff, which I like. I think it's cool. It's kind of like a company potluck. You
must live in a really nice neighborhood. Because our shit's always store-bought.
Always store-bought. Okay, so I guess that's true. But at least they tried. It's the thought.
Just saying.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought of the potato salad.
Yeah. Even if it's store-bought, they're still going to pretend that it's homemade, right? Like, that's how it usually goes. They're like, oh, yeah, I totally made that.
Yeah,
like,
home recipe.
Oh, this tastes so much like the Sam's
just
Club
like
version.
Grandma's.
No, I made it. I just got their recipe. Yeah.
Martha Stewart's a bitch.
I like the food. I like the beer drinking. I like just the
yeah. I mean, that's pretty staple for any holiday these days.
I like food is always integrated in most of these holidays, but something about the 4th is more like go outside, have some fun with friends. It's not like during Christmas time you're gonna be outside grilling. It's gonna be indoors. It's gonna be kind of like a family dinner. Everyone's gonna be there sitting. It's very prestige, but 4th is very friendly. It's more community. It's more like invite your neighbors over. Invite a couple people you don't really talk to that much. Invite that creepy dude from HR. Yeah, exactly.
And if you can't, they're un-American.
They're un-American. I think it's very welcoming. I mean, so much of the other holidays are about family, and I think 4th is more about community, friends, anybody really. Anybody who likes fireworks and food should be able to participate in it. So
I guess I've always focused on like the more national patriotic aspect, but you're right, like it's always been a good time to barbecue, have an excuse to see people that you don't always have an excuse to see. So
I would say that's probably my favorite part about it. I do like fireworks though too. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, I think one thing that's super hilarious to me though is that one of the ways that we celebrate America is by buying illegal fireworks.
Yeah, you can't tell me which forest not to burn down.
And somehow, like, the more patriotic people have more illegal fireworks. I don't know how that ratio really works.
I feel like the same goes for guns, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
at a certain point, everybody who's got a semi-automatic would like an automatic weapon, but it's just a little savage.
Yeah. I think that's true. I think America's always been about pushing the envelope, pushing the boundaries, and the most patriotic of us want to defend their right to do that. And if they have to buy illegal stuff to prove that, then yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I guess so. I mean, let alone the fact that where we're at and several other states have been one of the driest years on record, and
I think this is the driest time since the Bible, right? Like,
yeah. It goes Bible, Dust Bowl, and then
Here Now.
right now going on, yeah. And yeah, they're dangerous. Yeah, they've caused fireworks. Where I was previously living, they had a massive fire that was created by Roman candles. People out there
That's
shooting
just
those Roman candles. Yeah, it is irresponsible, you know. And you know, a lot of the illegal fireworks that were going off here the other day, they're fine. They were they knew how to use them correctly. They were shooting off bottle rockets and pretty big explosives.
Those little snappers.
Yeah, and no, it was fine. They weren't like going into other people's yards or anything. They were directed in the right direction, and I wasn't too worried about it. Mm-hmm. But they're illegal for a reason, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to say, like, what fireworks should be illegal.
Yeah.
Why should we regulate it? You know, if people out there are dumb enough to use fireworks that would burn a whole neighborhood down, then obviously we need to legislate against that.
Right.
So why shouldn't we treat everything that way, though?
You're telling me.
Regardless.
What other holidays have an incentive to do something illegal?
Well, Halloween, like, people break into, like, weird old abandoned buildings all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's not like a tradition. I mean, kind of. It could be.
I mean, Easter's all about grave robbing, kind of, right?
It's about...
Isn't there, like, a St. Valentine's Day massacre?
Yeah, correct, but...
Like, Memorial Day is literally about wars.
Which could be illegal in some eyes, I guess. Yeah, okay. All right, we're getting somewhere.
I'm sure there was some sort of ordinance against guys giving out presents to all the children in the middle of the night.
Okay, there you go. You got it. So, Christmas party. White elephant. Only spend $5 on your gift. Uh-huh. Homeboy always spends $6 or under, right? Minimum. You got to spend $5 on this gift. I'm just gonna give them some stuff from the dollar store. I wouldn't say that's illegal, but breaking the rules right there. Breaking the rules.
Self-imposed rules.
Exactly. I don't know what else. What other holidays have some rules that people like to break?
Well, I mean, Thanksgiving's all about immigration, right? So, illegal immigration at that.
That's not like a thing, though. Like illegal immigration doesn't surge during Thanksgiving, does it? They're like, oh, this is the one day that it's cool. This is the one day that we can actually get in. Right?
Purge for the border laws.
The purge for the border laws, right? Exactly. I'm gonna call for that. Yeah, if Donald Trump's gonna deport all these people, he should give us one day where it's cool. Like, come on.
If you can make it across the finish line, you get to stay.
Prove to us how badly you want it, and we'll film it. It'll be like American Ninja Warrior. Like,
dude, I swear to God, once he starts putting cameras on the border, it's like The Apprentice, the lost, horrible season.
The terrible, forgotten season. Before they revamped it into something different.
Dude, this is the worst season yet. Like,
yeah. And you get a gold rose, and you get a gold rose.
You have to go to the island.
I'm sorry, Scott Pruitt. You've been voted off.
You've been voted off to Puerto Rico. Which, you guys in Puerto Rico, I'm so sorry. If anybody is listening out there, that guy's a dick. And you guys should probably have electricity. And if you don't, I'm sorry.
You deserve better. Definitely. Yeah, I was going to say another holiday, but I forgot. Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, dude, wasn't that about, like, gingers dying or something? Rats? Something about Pied Piper and rats?
The thing that
is going on?
is often illegal that people participate is drinking. Underage drinking, and Irish car bombs should be illegal, yes. But really green beers, that should be illegal too. Like food coloring in your beer. Like,
anything
what's
green?
the point of that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't need it. Don't need more food coloring. We don't need more color in our food, all right? Everything is already artificially colored, if you didn't know already. Look up whatever you're eating right now, because most of you are probably eating lunch or something like that. Look on the back and, send in your photos to us of what the colors are there. Red 4, blue 50, yellow 9, whatever. I'm sure there's a bunch of different
Blue
ones.
Lake 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, only some of which these numbers might be cancerous.
And we'll take those numbers and we'll paint a picture only using those colors.
That's a great idea. Color by numbers, but you can only color by the food coloring number. Nice.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of blues and yellows.
A lot of blues, a lot
Reds.
of yellows, couple reds. Yeah, a couple reds in there.
I know there's greens at least.
There's green, yeah, definitely. Like Mountain Dew, like what is the actual color of Mountain Dew? The real color.
I'd say diabetes, but
I just picture it being like clear, and then they just add a bunch of different colors to it. I'm guessing. But
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll
It's
figure
like
it out.
fluorescent.
Let's get to the bottom of it. Yeah.
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse, exactly.
Yeah, if anybody out there works at Mountain Dew, definitely let us know what the hell is going on there.
What the real color of Mountain Dew is before they add
all I know is that it mixes with the color of Doritos really well.
Exactly.
I wonder if that would rot, like making a painting out of Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Not for a long time. Not for a very, very long time.
So mix some flour in there, some cement,
McDonald's ketchup, and some McDonald's fries, and all that in there.
Heat treated.
So are you a for 4th of July? Are you a hot dog or hamburger guy?
I mean, it depends on the day. Like, if it's falling on a Monday, I'm probably going to be a hamburger guy. But Friday, 4th of July, maybe a hot dog. 3, 4 of them. Depends on how drunk I am.
Okay. So you're like both, though, right? Like, you'll probably have
obviously.
one each, right? Okay.
I mean, one form of processed meat patty is probably going to be the same as another form of processed meat, elongated colon.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm a huge fan of corn on the cob fried, not fried, but grilled, sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We eat so much corn otherwise. Like, if it's sweet corn, super good.
Sweet corn I could go for,
Yeah.
What else? 4th of July, what do you like? What's going on?
I mean, this year was weird. Since it was on a Wednesday, it was just like, let's just hang out and not do anything crazy. Because I have to go to work tomorrow.
I have to go to work tomorrow, exactly, yeah.
And half the people I work with are at work today. It was a weird one.
It was a little weird.
So I don't understand how, when you make the decision for a holiday, whether or not it falls on a Monday specifically, or if it just floats. It's one of these floater holidays.
Yeah, like there are certain holidays that are like floaters, right?
Yeah.
Like Easter, right? Easter is just on a random day.
Is it? I thought it was always on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on. No, you're right. Redact that. What else? What other holiday? Easter Tuesday. I mean, what I do mean is that it floats so that it's always on a Sunday. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I was thinking the opposite.
A random date, but yes, it's always on a Sunday. Is what I'm trying to say.
See, just another way that misinformation can be construed.
Exactly.
Am I
Fake
thinking
news.
that we're saying the same thing?
I mean, 4th of July, it's hard to put on a random day because it's the 4th of July.
Damn it.
So,
So
sorry.
maybe, is it the only one that has to
Is it the
fall on
only one?
4th?
Well, President's Day used to be on a specific day.
Like the
because
19th
It used
of
to be,
February?
yeah, it used to
Is
be
that what it was?
correlating to one of the president's birthdays, but then they
Okay.
combined it for 2, and then now I think it's another one where it's just always on like the 3rd.
You're right, but
Saturday or
Valentine's Day
something.
is always on the 14th.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is always on the 14th. That's true. Yeah, Christmas always on the 25th.
Maybe it's
New Year's always on the 1st.
Yeah. So if it's a pagan holiday, it gets to be any day of the week. Federal holiday, always a Monday.
I'm ready for some new holidays. Pitch me your
Favorite holiday?
No.
Ooh.
Pitch me
Like a new holiday?
new holiday.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite new holiday. I've always thought of like cool new holidays that we can have. Gun Day.
Ooh, gun day. Okay,
Yeah,
tell me,
like
what do
you're
you do?
literally required to shoot a gun.
Like a 21 arm salute every like hour on the hour.
Yeah, we just have a clock that goes off and tells you how many hours it is.
And like if your kid doesn't have a gun yet, that's like, you give them a gun on
get
that
a
day.
gun for
Yeah,
them.
you get a
Yeah,
gun on
hell
that
yeah.
day. Okay, gun day. I'm down for that. What day is it? What part of the year?
Probably be right before harvest so that you can use your gun to like get Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, so in the fall sometime.
9/11.
Oh, 9/11. Oh,
9/12?
okay. Why did I? Yeah,
Let's make a good
somewhere in
holiday.
September. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to think twice on that one. Okay, that's easy.
Yeah, 9/11 is now Gun Day.
Forever and always.
Never.
Join
forget.
us in September when we'll be celebrating Gun Day on Scenic Universe.
Okay, so I just made a really good holiday. How are you gonna follow that up?
Let me think about this for a minute. I think what we really need is more capitalism days. So,
Yeah, like anti December Christmas.
I'm gonna say, we have a Father's Day, we have a Mother's Day. Why not like Siblings Day? Like,
I think there is.
Is
though.
there? Okay.
I don't know if it's like a federally official.
I just
holiday,
want
but-
no Brothers Day. That's straight
Aw.
up. No siblings. We'll get a Sisters Day in there in like 40 years. But right now, we're gonna just call it Brothers Day, and yeah, and it can be non-blood related. It can just be your bros. Like me and my bros are gonna sit out with a cold pack, and
I mean, Brothers Day probably needs to have some DNA tests going around so you can make sure.
exactly,
Holy shit, we're actually brothers.
bro.
That damn milkman.
Yeah, so you have to have a cold pack, sit out with your bros, and drink it. Like that's it.
I mean, but that's like Saturday, right?
This
Okay, new national holiday, Saturday.
will be a special one though. Somehow be very special.
Yeah. Okay, what time of year would that be?
Oh, definitely April. I don't know.
Yeah, like early part of the year.
Yeah.
Oh man, well April just passed.
That's cool. You got plenty of time to plan. You got to give your brother a gift too. You got to get a cold pack. You got to get a gift of some sort.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I stopped giving them birthday presents, so I could give them a Brother's Day present. I don't have any sisters.
Yeah,
so-
and that way you can forget their birthdays and just remember one day every year for every brother you have.
Dude, wow. But does it have to be that day for everybody? Can it be a floater holiday? Where you can just make it whatever day you want?
It's gonna be the first Saturday of April. There you go.
Isn't that like the day before Easter?
Yeah, even better. Jesus is a bro.
He had several brothers. At least 12.
No, that's a perfect lead up to Easter. Are you kidding me? Like, everyone has to wake up Easter morning, go to church or whatever. So Saturday is all about like, I'm just gonna, it's almost like just gonna indulge in my sins a little bit. I'm gonna drink some booze. I'm gonna celebrate Jesus dying before he comes back to life. You pour out one.
Pour
for your
out
homie.
one for Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Pour a 40. You have to have like a 33. You drink 7 ounces of a 40 and then you pour out the rest for Jesus.
If you got that joke, you're paying attention. Thank you.
That's a couple layers.
All right, well, let us know what you want as your holiday.
Yeah, you guys have some competition because we got Gun Day and Saturday.
And Saturdays. I think we know who's gonna win, but who knows? We might have some bros who are on my side, so we'll see.
So is that like first Saturday or like
Let's do.
Like, how do you distinguish that Saturday from all the other Saturdays? The first Saturday of April.
I don't know, man.
What do you call it?
I don't know.
Alpha Saturday?
Alpha Saturday. Yeah, something Greek for sure.
Yeah.
Something frat related for sure. Something in there.
Yeah, Alpha Phi Alpha Saturday.
You're doing better for me than I am on my own pitch, so good, thank you.
That's what we're here for, bro. Saturday.
Thanks, bro. You got my back, bro. Got that natty ice? All right, bro.
Yeah. Got you covered, bro.
Got you covered, bro. All right, well, I think that's it. What else? Anything else you want to talk about on our inaugural episode?
Inaugural 4th of July. Man, there's so much dumb shit going on right now in the world that I'm just happy to laugh with you. So
yeah. All right. Me too, man. This has been good.
Definitely. So hopefully other people out there laughed at this shit too. And if you guys think it's funny, then come back.
Yeah. If you think it's awesome, you think it's funny, you think it's aggravating, let us know. I think we'll have a Facebook and a website and probably every other form of social media. So whatever your favorite form of social media is,
you could probably just go fuck yourself because you should get off of that shit.
You should probably just quit and delete your Facebook. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.